Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
The Parvinator.
Everyone who speedruns is a degenerate.
I will deliver the latest news on the Pokemon series. What the hell's going on?
If you Google me, and I know you will, make sure safe search is on.
Perfect.
Look in the sky.
Go ahead and jump, jump.
Gamers, what's going on, guys? Good to see you. Happy Monday. Finally here at your service. Welcome to the Gaming Lifestyle Lounge. I'm America's #1 online video game personality, Ben, the Parvinator Parvin. What's up, guys? Welcome. Yes, that is a good question. You know, I'm kind of partial, Ralph, to the Mario Kart 64 version of the victory music. You know, that plays whenever you're the trophy ceremony music, I guess. And it has a nice, you know, bum ba bum 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 bum. Pretty sure it's just another, you know, version of the. I think they had the same thing in the NES, or it came from the original version, the SNES one. But you know, I don't know. That one's pretty good. It hits that Nintendo 64 era nostalgia that I think is like kind of core to. Not just my childhood. I think a few of yous as well. Yeah, what's up, guys? Ralph, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Metroid Hatchling, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Metroid, I must, as much as I appreciate it, I must deny, I will not be the Imperator. I don't take the laurel. You guys can't hail me as Imperator. Especially since I haven't beaten Pokemon Emerald yet. We're only 3 badges into this thing, man. I mean, it's kind of nice. We got that 3rd badge. We just beat Wattson. Electricity gym. Electric gym, I guess I could say. Yeah. I didn't really have a good setup for that, and we went in there and we beat him, so that feels good. I think I'm a little over-leveled, maybe, or I'm not sure. At least 1 or 2 Pokemon might be. Mr. Mud might be. Yeah, there's Mr. Mud. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint, Metroid. I like, learning some of Roman history is like, okay, out in this far-flung corner of the frontier, or, of the empire, out on the frontier, this or that group hails their general as the Imperator, and then somebody else does on the other side of the empire, and now you've got a party, right? Got yourself another civil war. Go ahead and jump. How you guys doing? Welcome. Sorry it took me so long to get here. Today I'm not feeling that great, and I was thinking about maybe not streaming, but caught that second win. So without further ado, let's let's try to seize upon that. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. Good to see you. Happy holidays, kind of in between. Well, I don't know how it works. Lots of holidays out there. All right, let's hit the transition screen.
You got it tough. I've seen the toughest around. Give me a hell yeah.
Goodbye, Wattson. It's a funny sprite, right? He's just kind of like, you can tell the guy doesn't care too much, that he won or lost, right? He just seems kind of like a big jolly guy. Oh, right? I'm gonna give it my best. It's a good question, Palpuck. The show must go on, absolutely. I treat this show as if, everything is right. Everything except starting on time is riding on it, I guess. In terms of in terms of not starting until it feels like everything's ready, or I feel like I'm ready. I treat it with the utmost importance. A little bit of a diva move sometimes, I think. It's kind of pissed off because they, they took out all the brown-colored M&Ms. Or rather, I found a brown-colored M&M in the back. And that can't happen. It's part of the... I don't know, that's like a part of this Van Halen, tour legend that David Lee Roth tore up a I guess, I think that I don't know if they went on to do the show or whatever, but threw a fit, and I think they said that they were going to cancel the contract or whatever because this place, they're I don't know, they had put in a rider that you had to separate, there couldn't be any of a certain M&M found in the backstage area. And it's funny because it got reported as they found an M&M that they didn't want, and then, they pitched a fit, and da-da-da, and it's kind of funny because, what's up, Rotes? What's going on, man? But I watched this thing with David Lee Roth, and he was like, it's this thing from the 90s, and he's got his chin out here, man, and he's, yeah, thanks for the lurk, man. Oh, you're on, Rotes. Oh, cool, buddy. Well, let me see if my stream's... If I can try to keep that window up, perhaps. See what you're doing over there, just to check in every now and then. Welcome, man. Good to see you. And yeah, he was telling the story about how that was actually part of how they, I guess their version is like, actually this is what we did to make sure that they followed all protocols that were in the rider that included a lot of safety stuff and load in information. And, you know, he was saying like, hey, we were doing like one of the biggest, what's up, Dustin? Welcome. We were doing like one of the biggest road shows and kind of big visual things. And you know, like it was a lot of load in stuff. You couldn't do it at some of these old, you know, I guess that he was saying that it was like taking them forever to do setup at some of these arenas and whatnot. And they found out that a lot of the managers weren't reading the rider, and it resulted in like all these hours of extra setup, overtime, etc. And last minute having to go rent this or that thing to carry this, you know. So like they had put that in the rider that, you know, there can be, I think it was brown M&Ms, but I don't know, like no brown M&Ms should be found in the anywhere in the backstage area. And it was one of the things they did, I guess, to see if these teams were actually following their contract, you know, which is a cool way of explaining it. I'm sure the answer is is that and a little something in the middle too, between the two stories. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I've said, you know, Ralph, I just saw your comment about the glass bottle. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm running late today. Sorry to make you break one of your favorite glass bottles. No brown M&Ms. That's it, Dustin. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, it got reported in the press, and look, I, David Lee Roth, I don't know if he said his own name there, but he's like, and who am I to get in the middle of or who am I to get in between the truth and a good story, or something like that, you know. He repeated a line, something along those lines a couple of times about like, yeah, who am I to discourage a rumor from time to time, or... I wonder if maybe we could have fought both of them at the same time if we found ourselves in between them. Camper Tyron sent out Sandshrew. I need to look at the game screen. How are you guys? Welcome.
Poggers!
Don't, look at the tiny Sandshrew. My God, look at that. That's ridiculous. Come on, give me a break. Flying doesn't do much against ground, I don't believe. Just trying to fix my setup. I haven't been happy with this in a long time. I moved some lights and stuff around, and can't get it feeling right. That's right. What a tiny Sandshrew. I'll just go back to Mauville City, and we did. Buried him. He devolved into a mudshrew. The next Pokemon generation needs to include devolution.
Frickin' what up, dude?
What's the difference between me and you? Me and you? Me and you?
Toss me a beer, Buzz. Sorry, Palpuck, what was that pertaining to at the time? I think I saw it a few seconds late, but... one of the sprites. I love this music. Good little remix in this one. I like Devo, Metroid. I really like Devo. It's funny, I've seen them live before, and it was one of the best concerts I've been to. And that was, you know, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something. Exactly. We are Pokemon. Oh, they've got an egg they want to give us. The Sandshrew, yeah. Not now. I'm gonna go drop something off so I can help you with your egg. I see a Pikachu in the back there. What is this area? The daycare? Oh, walked right into it. We are Devo. Are we not men? Senior and Junior Anna and Meg would like to battle. What? Wow, okay, here we go. Couple generations of Pokemon trainers here. Oh, I mean, like, there's a couple ways the Senior and Junior could go. Yeah, just, are we high school, you know, credits here? High school title? At first I went familial, you know, titles, but yeah. First chair, second chair. All right, put somebody to sleep. You know what? Do this. I'm just gonna... There we go. Put one in on Makuhita. There we go. Right away. The Master and the Apprentice. Two trainers. Always two trainers there are. Get that zigzaggy. I got let's two Wingulls and two Zigzagoons. Baby, that's all we need. Alright. I need to know more about this game and more of the Pokédex to do this. Yeah. Devo was one of the best concerts I went to, and yeah, that was several years ago. One of the members has died since then, sadly, and prior to that, they'd already lost him. I think at least one of the original members, but I'm with my pretty junior student partner. Let me win. Okay, well, there we go. And needed a win in front of the junior partner, huh? Well, they didn't get it. It's a good lesson for both of you. I have not followed up on anything in the PokéNav, I don't think. And when I went to go get, I went to get a picture after we beat Wattson. I went to go get see if I could find a shot of, or, you know, some of the game art from him or something. And it showed like several fights with him. And I think maybe that's via the PokéNav or something. So it's Lola. I challenged someone else after we battled. I came close, but I ended up losing. Oh well. Let us raise your Pokemon. I'm the daycare man. I help take care of the precious Pokemon of trainers. If you'd like me to raise your Pokemon, have a word with my wife. What word should I have with her? Alright, let's go get some space for an egg. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Go to the PC.
Oh, what's up with the double what's up?
The when I was at that Devo concert, they played Gates of Steel among a lot of great songs. So they did Gates of Steel, and there was this It was funny because at that point in the concert, I feel like I'm just kind of getting into it the most, or, you know, feeling it. And I look over to my right, and there's this other, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm sort of dancing hard, and I look over to my right, and I see this guy is too, and we're just like, oh, like as soon as the song starts, and we kind of see each other both getting into it. And I don't know if you've ever had like a concert kindred spirit, just like someone who is in that moment matching your energy, and it's really fun. But yeah, we weren't like super close. We weren't like out in the back, but we weren't where it was really crowded necessarily. But that meant that there was kind of a range of reactions around us. Nobody's really just like zoned out. Everybody's kind of into it and at least moving a bit, or at least, you know, looking like they're having a good time. But we made some space to go crazy. Gates of Steel. It was doing it for me, man. I was ready to twist away the gates of steel. Unlock the secret voice. I'll go look up the lyrics. I don't know. All right. I need space in my box. Rather, I need space in our party. Stitch the Shroomish. It's got that miracle seed. Doopy bop bop bum, ba la ba bop, plump plump. Anything else in here I want to get? There's this Eevee that I haven't done anything with. Of course, our Porygon 2. We've got an Alakazam just languishing in the box because I've used that Pokemon in too many Pokemon games, so. Let's go get that egg. I wonder what it is. Yeah, it's a good question, Metroid. That's not one you want to waste just for like you know, your garden, or that little flower pot still left over from when the last plant died. Miracle Seed's what they needed, you know, like in Chrono Trigger when you when you go to you know, Robo's time. Wait, don't do that. I just wanted to hit. Always hide HUD. Left my Pokemon at the daycare so they could learn some new moves. So when I came back, they had a new egg instead. I was really surprised. Would you possibly be able to help me by raising this egg? Thank you. I don't think I could have trained another Pokemon. So my wife mentioned today that she was coming back from somewhere, and she had just gotten home, and you know, this song was on. She was like, "Oh, this is okay. This, you know, I'm into this song a little bit. What is it?" And she was home and parked at this point, and she, like, you know, went to look the song up, and then she came in excitedly, and after we said, "Hey, what's up?" You know, "Hey, what's good?" She's like, "Oh yeah, there was this song I was kind of getting into. I should look it up," or, you know, basically it was called Pokemon. It was called Pokemon, all lowercase. Although, and I asked her this was my first question right out the gate. Did they put the accent in it? And she replied, "Well, it was all lowercase. I don't remember if they did the accent. I'm thinking they didn't." And she went back to Shazam or whatever, and then saw that sure enough, no accent, all lowercase, Pokemon. And sadly, the song doesn't seem to have understandably, the song doesn't seem to have direct references to Pokemon. Although I could see some thematic references in the music video. But it was by the group Wet Leg that I don't know very well, but I've heard a song or two by them. I guess they're this kind of big indie-ish band right now. But Right Zone, what's going on, man? Welcome. Well, yeah, the hit new single, Pokemon.
This is a crazy story, folks.
A little disappointed that it wasn't a very on-the-nose music video about Pokemon. Yeah, thanks, Rhizone. Sorry, man. I've Today's been rough. Took me a long time to get rolling. It is omelet time, Pal Puck. We got ourselves an egg. What's it gonna be? It has a mean case of the Mondays. That's right, man. Gotta keep that egg on me. It's gonna be a shiny, folks. I can feel it. The daycare lady. We can. He's the daycare man out there. She's the daycare lady. I like that they put their Pokemon in here and an egg came out. Oh my god. I guess this is really when they did a lot to like change the sort of the breeding mechanics and stuff for this generation, I believe, right? Like, I think it's. I feel like it really opened up a new competitive layer to the game. Because as a casual, I'm hearing a lot more folks talking about any competitive Pokemon they're doing being raised from scratch, you know? Raised from level 1, I guess. All Pokemon deserve a chance to thrive and grow strong. I'm gonna keep reading your message, because I just like to say that. This guy's been running around. Give him the battle he's looking for. He's in the middle of a triathlon, but whatever, let's have a battle.
Hello, Internet users, and welcome back to another video.
Let's go!
Let's do it.
Go ahead and jump, jump.
Look at this guy. Triathlete Dylan. He definitely has that triathlete sort of ultra marathon kind of body, you know. Go duo. Let's go. Go Guo. Knew it. Had a feeling. A Pokemill, yeah. Yeah, that's... how big of a problem is that in the world of Pokemon? You know? It seems like... It does seem like when it comes to dogs, man. I feel like... no one talks about... I feel like the... I don't know. I feel like I used to hear more... A little more talk about, hey, don't go to a breeder if you can help it. But now I feel like it's like, hey, don't, you know... Well, just like anything online, you know, you can't, if you post something, you will get like every crazy take as well, and if you don't manage to write a post somewhere on social media and make it like as comprehensive as you possibly can to think about everyone and every situation, then someone's gonna come and just rip you a new one. Or there's just the people that they're... I don't know, man. It's a crazy world. I think one of the things that gets me is like whenever someone posts, you know, it's either trying to like maybe calling out a behavior or something. You know, I see a lot of posts about like over time about shopping carts and whatnot, and that's one of the best ones for, oh yeah, because it's normal, it's not gonna work, huh? Let's get something else. But yeah, like, you know, returning a shopping cart or just leaving it in the parking lot, you know, what do you do? And I've seen a lot. It's funny because someone will post some angry rant about that, or saying like, oh, that's sort of how you can judge a person, is, you know, whether or not they will return a shopping cart and da-da-da, you know. And it's funny because then you will get of course, you get a bunch of angry ones like, well, some of us have kids, okay, and we blah blah blah, like, you know, and and then you get the arguing with it of like, what, your kids can't sit there for 2 seconds while you know, push a cart, or, you know, after you buckle them in, they can't sit there for 2 seconds while you go push a cart, you know. It's a lot more than 2 seconds, and blah, blah, blah. Some of us are in a hurry, and it's just like you know, like, if there is, people get really defensive when they see posts like that, and they always want to come with some like exception to the thing that's very clearly like their own personal situation, or their or it's I don't know, like, video will go with a lot of other evidence about it, something, and then there's always going to be someone in the comments saying like, well, this one small aspect of it, like, actually, like, that happens all the time, and people blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to think of specific examples here, but it's, I don't know, it's more so that the like sniping a single thing to like you know, I don't know, I guess find the exception that just destroys whatever argument OP was making. Anyway, good stuff. The cart narcs, yeah, man. I mean, you know, for the record, you should try to put the cart up if you can. You don't have to go all the way back to the store, but if they've got the cart, you know, little area where they round them up, yeah, the cart return, go for it. Put the cart back, you know? I've seen those carts roll and hit someone's, you know, car before. I've seen them just like, yeah, just going across the parking lot, you know? Yeah. I will say this, is there an exception? You know what? Doggone it, I can probably think of a couple if I sit here. Times when maybe it's best that you didn't go push that cart to the return, you know? There's gunshots, kid is yakking all over they've yacked all over the place, and you know, okay, you know, we want to go with the kids one, you know, etc., etc. You know, there's a ton of situations in which, like, in that, okay, right then you might have to handle your business and just leave, or okay, yeah. I think generally, at least get them into the corral, and you know. Yeah, well, that's another one too, is if you see one on the way in, Palpuck, is just grabbing one like that, you know, and instead of always taking straight from the long row. Of course, you know, sometimes the crappy ones are, sometimes out of principle, you know, you grab a crappy one, and that wheel's already spinning before you get into the store, and you're like, you know what? I can roll with we can stick with this cart. We don't need another cart. We're good with this one. It's a fine cart. I need more lepa berries. I planted some nearby. I don't want to use my last one here, but I do think we planted some nearby. Oops. Oh, well, hey, there you go. I used my last one. I meant to switch off. Yeah. Hey, you really should at the beginning, if it's a crappy car, and there's others, you really should ditch it if you can. Or, you know, return it, whatever. I can't say ditch it after what we were talking about. Oh, yeah. Except we're supposed to be living in a society. Yeah, I know, man. Often I feel like I'm just like, there is a feeling in those situations. Sometimes there's a great feeling of, man, I'm done now. That's it. The stressful shopping in the store is done. I feel good. I might go take a little walk on back to the store and just ditch the cart back at the full, you know, the back at the, you know. all the way back, you know what I'm saying, back at the full return, you know, at the store itself. You know what I'm saying, I hope. Yeah. Yeah, there's a, right, there's like a, all right, you know? I did it. I think we watered them all. Right. Let's read what Ralph said. Ah! Made eye contact with her and took it back for her, yeah. Yeah. You know, hopefully she understood the eye contact, you know. I imagine there's almost a little like, why is he even looking at me? What? You know, like... Dancer, I gotta get you out of here. You're too good. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes if you want things done, it's like, yeah, you know, like you did, Ralph. Hey, this thing needs to get out of my way. I'm gonna go ahead and move it. And I mean, what else, at that point, what else could you have done? Like, excuse me, could you move your card, please? You can do that. You might still be moving the card in that situation, of course, but... Yeah, it really is frustrating, Dustin. Yeah, and I think we've probably all seen them, like, rolling at some point. Oh, hey, how's it going? It's me. Boom, 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 boom. What's good against steel? Already forgotten. How did I beat you before? The iron defense can't hurt. Headbutt's not gonna do much, though. I'll get some magic in, a little special attack in. Oops. Can I use... Well, I guess I could use Lucy here. Hit him with a ghost. Doo-doo. I think it's also just... It can be really, you know, hazardous just getting around a parking lot as it is. And when you've got all this... When you've got all this... between people walking around, understandably so, they got to get somewhere, but it's a, you know, it is another hazard when you're driving. Another thing to look out for. Cart's in the wrong spot, or like kind of pushed out a little bit into the driving lane some. Okay. Accidentally hit a sound effect. I wonder if it is good, Pal Puck, because I think that there is a I do think that there's like at least a type or two that's like, you know, weak against itself. I don't know. Isaac's got a big old team. Ghost stuff isn't going to work against you. But you can't touch me, probably. At least with a normal attack. Flying type, here we go. Can I use Nightshade on you? You might, I don't know, you might have some normal. Strong enough to probably scratch it to death. You know, I feel that we're not over-leveled against the bosses necessarily, although we did get through Wattson with not really so much of a type advantage. Makuhita. Oops. Yeah, this is something special here. Finding level 11 Pokemon. All right. Taking out the hard stuff. Do you guys like Eevee at all? I know that there's some big Eevee fans. It's kind of funny because I feel that I don't really have like any huge, you know, like, I'll just say this, back in the day, yeah, right. Thankfully, I don't know that I've ever seen it myself, only seen it referenced, Ralph, but yeah. He's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Vaporeon, right? Feel like I know the general context. With yeah, it does, Valpuck, yeah. I'm gonna redouble my training. Yeah, and you also got to hear, Palpuck, you got to hear someone say it with like a very non-Japanese accent, like 2 Makuhitas. Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 Makuhitas, one for me and one for my lady friend. I'm gonna redouble my training. Would you come look in on us? Yeah, I'm not a huge, like, I'll just say this. I think I evolved mine one of the playthroughs, I think, of Fire Red at least, or rather Leaf Green. I evolved it into a Flareon, which I have later found is like a very laughable choice amongst the Pokemon Elite, amongst the Elite Four, the Elite Hordes of Pokemon fans. And you know what? I don't think I've ever had any of the like Gen 2 evolutions of Eevee, or the like stuff beyond those 3. I don't know, like, did I maybe had an Espeon, but I don't know. Yeah, Umbreon looks pretty cool. That one probably looks the coolest. I think, yeah, I think, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've always thought Jolteon looked pretty sweet, but it's a game in which, sometimes I'm playing with another, you know, especially if you're doing yellow version, you know, you kind of got your, electric Pokemon already figured out. Honestly, Flareon, kind of a similar thing for me, because, well, grass too. There's a couple types I find that there's several Pokemon of them I'd want to use, but... Alright, Triathlete Maria. Bunch of athletes on this path. Did I catch it learning? It must catch it learning the move Slack Off. I forgot about that. Yeah, Umbreon looks, to me, out of them, I think Umbreon and Jolteon look the coolest. Let's do some tier. Get our tier lists rolling. Do 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 do. Tiny picture. Pretty cool. I was kind of surprised that it was, you know, that it got billing with Pikachu in the Let's Go games. I forget what Slack Off does. Ouch. So just make him loaf around? Duo, come on, man. Fantasy dog show. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, the short hairs. This is when someone types in all caps, "It's a box!" Ah. Mud shot you. I guess at what point, well, I guess, when did that come into play, I guess? Because when does... I guess when were they rivals, Pal Puckett? I'm trying to kind of search back to that, like, where that originally came from, but... It's like, I guess in... You know, in the old games, I guess in Gen 1, you've got your rival getting whatever ball you didn't want to get, or... Oh, they do get an Eevee in Pokemon Yellow, don't they? They might even go back. Yeah, with the anime, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, good point then, yeah. I guess I've been sleeping on Eevee, you know? Jeez. More so on its popularity. But yeah, that's a good call. It was in yellow version. And then, yeah, with the... Gary Oak had... I haven't seen a whole lot of the anime still at this point. And Season 1, at least up to the point I've got, has a severe lack of Gary Oak in it. I'm like, what is going on? I'm many episodes into it, but maybe it's going to be heating up at some point, I have to imagine. But... Yeah, I know. I isn't that sweet, Metroid? I remember that being kind of one of the like selling points in Nintendo Power. They would do those. I've mentioned this recently, but they would do those like featured matchup of the month, kind of, or rather featured team of the month, and they were often submitted by, you know, readers of Nintendo Power, or they were like, yeah, you know, champion, or, you know, competitors at some Pokemon competition thing or something, and were showing their real team. But yeah, it was pretty sweet. The I remember them talking about the Dream Team, and this was in the wake of Pokemon Yellow coming out, and it was, you know, of course it was showing a team with all three of the starters, Pikachu, and then I don't remember who else they had, maybe a couple of the other ones that were big in the anime or something. What's going on here? We're gonna do a double battle with a lot of trainers around here. Yeah, Palpuck, and then yeah, it's interesting too, like I do like that concept of one Pokemon, you know, having many routes that it can go to. That's, you know, pretty sweet. I guess I just don't always swear. I mean, some people will like always have a form of, you know, one of the evolutions in a party, and I guess I've just never really, oops, never really rolled that way. So what is Metatite? They're like, they might actually be fighting. I can't remember if they're psychic or... Yeah, that one's, it is pretty sweet. That's my favorite so far, Metroid. I think as a kid I got Jolteon one time, and I know I had Flareon on like one of the big I only did a playthrough or two of Leaf Green when it came out, and one of those I'm just particularly I'm remembering that Flareon. Might have been the file I did the most on in that game or something. The one that stuck in my mind. Battle Girl Aisha. I don't waste any time being angry over a loss. I would rather train. There you go. It is nice to battle while looking at pretty flowers. Guys, I'm gonna have to do this, I think. I think I'm getting bugged by how big this is on my monitor. I have a monitor that honestly, especially like when the eyes are hurting and stuff, it doesn't need to be this big. So if you can give me a second, I should probably fix this. I could do it kind of like that. Let me just get a passable one for now. It's going to have a little room at the top and bottom. I think that's okay. Does that work for now? That looks okay, right? Let's do a scratch. Scratch isn't gonna do much. Gonna put a yawn in too. Now he's loafing around. Lazy boy, I want you to take this guy out. I love when you do slack off and your lazy boy or your, you know, they won't even do that. They're like, nah, I'm loafing around, man. Slack off? I got some loafing around to do. Sure, Palpuck, yeah. Let's get somebody else in. Boring. Exactly, Metroid. Too busy. I'm too busy slacking off. Rather, I'm too busy loafing around to slack off, man. Jeez. The weird type, yeah. You know, they've already tried essentially a couple of weird type trainers. I don't know if you guys can think of any, but there's the one that's like, I don't know if they call them otaku in the Japanese version, but there's the, what do they call them in the English version? They've got their specs that they're like falling down, I think, and Imakuni. Yeah, I need to get around to playing that one sometime, Nick. That'd be fun. I'll look them up real quick and see what's up. Oh. It's funny because I think I'm seeing actual Pokemon cards too for this person? Question mark? Yeah. Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you can imagine my This is hilarious. Yeah, hopefully you can imagine my confusion when I'm seeing this. I'd love to see that a little closer, too. It's not.
make sure safe search is on.
This is great. Wow, man. Pokemon card Imakuni, 63 out of 83. Who is cuter, Pikachu or me? Oh, Pokemon on his shirt. That's funny. Look at the hands here, too. Mr. Mime over here. Plus, he's got the little Mickey Mouse thing going on. Heck yeah. Absolutely, Palpuck, yeah. A legend. Your active Pokemon is now confused. Come on, that's not on the card. Send this guy out and send this guy out. The Pokemon's like, the what?
Nani?
It confuses the Pokemon. I can That's really funny. Why does this? Yeah, it confuses your own ones too. Your active Pokemon is now confused. Yes, thank you. Thanks for drawing my attention to the specific wording there too, not just. Oh wow, yeah, not the enemies, but. So obviously a really useful card. You bust this one out, you're probably heading for a victory. I like the little left and right buttons there, right in the center of the palms. Good stuff. All right. Quick. Anybody got 75 bucks? Well, I'll buy the Pokemon Imakuni card and keep it on display during these streams. Please don't give me... Yeah. Please don't. Nobody do that. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. You know, I think if you're good enough, Ralph, you know, I feel like it's kind of like nuzlocking yourself, you know? You just use that in the middle of a battle and... Yeah, you know, I like to use the Imakuni card, personally. Always keep it in my deck. Oh, that's funny, Metroid. I was gonna ask what he's like out of character, but I don't think that, I don't think that's a character at all. You know, I think that's a genuine article there. That's who he is. I think we were up to this person. Yeah, that's just Imakuni. Okay. A psychic Pokemon, you say?
Oh my!
I do like her sprite with the like pink around the ball and then you know, glowing aura around the hands. Ralts. You know, so we fought Wally right before we fought what's his name? Watts. And Wally used his Ralts, and he had this line about like, as long as me and Ralts are together, like we won't lose to anyone. Or it was I don't know, it was a little more even intense than that or something, but yeah. I think Wally's gonna be a problem. We helped him catch his first Pokemon. I can see that. I can see that, Ralph. And just because it looks a little human, it often doesn't even take that, I guess. But Yeah, you know, when we're talking about fandom, you know, and the moments where you suddenly are faced with your realization that there are differing levels to fandom. Yeah, I think the Pokemon fandoms, some of the like, yeah, there's a wild. I'll just say there's a wild element to that fan base. Yeah. Yeah, Palpuck, I know. I guess that there's some evolution versions of it too, but once I saw that it looked somewhat humanish, or you know, humanoid, that's about all it takes for some folks, I guess. That's some Game Freak leaked short stories from Game Freak themselves. This was part of that big. Was this part of the big leak? They got the like, you know, all that stuff about the Space World demo and stuff. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in that universe. Well, yeah, it's funny because it's like, well, you know, what is that document used for at that point? You know what I mean? Don't answer that. I just, is it, what is it? Like them just, yeah, you know, an internal lore kind of thing, right? I'm sure it's like one of many, you know, I don't know, I don't imagine, yeah. I'm sure it was just like one of many sort of storyline or lore treatments that they've got sitting around. And yeah, who knows how sold on the human Pokemon relations were they? Yikes. I keep forgetting to actually see what Slackoff does. Man, this is awesome. Lazy Boy, I don't know. Metroid. You know, I think Game Freak is like, we gotta it's sort of like wargaming and having essentially a plan to invade or defend yourself in any situation ever. I like to think Game Freaks, they set up the War Department to create lore of all kinds so they could get out ahead of any the fan lore. You know, they had to have some official some counter to that should it ever you know. Should we need it? Should we need to deploy this lore? You know, we're prepared. Pokemon biblical times. Wow. I'm letting this little look at this little bay. I'm letting this bee beat us. I guess you're flying? I don't know what's going on. Can't hit you since I've been confused, and we're missing.
This is not the whole story.
Well, the god Pokemon are connected. Yeah, that's interesting. It makes me wonder too, like, because I was actually thinking about this in regards to Zelda and those storylines that they have, because I feel that I see more and more people in online discussions about how games, quote, fit together, or how the Zelda games are part of these different chronologies and stuff, and I feel like it's gaining a little. I'll see more folks saying, hey, this stuff is kind of not always worthy of like citing as fact, or as, you know, basically as, this is awful. I should have taken this thing out a lot earlier. But, We're gonna just miss. This is awful. Do, 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 do. Typewriter. Mr. Mime, yeah, he's a... I'm kind of busy, Pal Puck. I'll take one of those tracks if you have one, please. Come on, Lucy. We're gonna do this, and we're actually gonna get a hit in on something other than us. The Pokemon chick track, yeah. Yeah. Proudly affirming that the timeline never really existed and is BS. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it was official, right? I mean, they put it out in their official documents and whatnot, huh? I guess my point that I was gonna, what I was seeing is like, I guess folks kind of like pushing back on that always, I don't know, or I don't know. I could also see, yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm a fuddy-duddy and you know, it makes a tour chick track. There it is. I don't mean to be a casual, Nick. I apologize for that. We got a hit off. And it flinched. Just a casual. They do. Yeah, they do. Well, and it's interesting too when people will talk. I mean, like, I was mentioning some Pokemon hack recently where someone was asking someone for a, you know, someone was asking someone for, you know, I can't remember what it was, like how to spawn like a bunch of rare candies, or basically like, you know, is there a way to like adjust the levels? Because I really just want to go through the game and see the storyline and stuff. And, you know, it's like, but RPG's a huge part of that. Of course, like the gameplay is the grind. Like that's part of it. That's part of how you play. But yeah. I see it. I like this between Nick and Ralph. Yeah, man, it's timelines get people. They get people riled up, you know. Yeah, Palbuck. It's a. I do feel like there is a certain point, I think, when people are going too into the minutia of the, you know, this again. I guess I'm a casual because I don't know enough of the lore, but yeah. Well, yeah, I hear you as well. It's I get those moments sometimes when I find myself in a deep rabbit hole regarding reading something for something meta about a game. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of ways to spend your time, and we all have time for some frivolous things. That's why you're here hanging out right now, you know? But yeah, it's... The grand vision, yeah. I think, you know what, I was following it through to a point, and then I think... when it comes to Zelda, there was this, I guess after Wind Waker, I just like, at that point, I didn't know where anything came, you know, and everything sort of made sense up until that point, because I had, you know, they kept doing the prequel with Zelda 1, well, rather, you know, at least A Link to the Past being supposed to be kind of an early game, or I think it was supposed to be kind of a prequel to everything, and then doing that again with Ocarina of Time, so it was kind of just like, okay, Ocarina's the oldest, you know, you know, Wind Waker is the newest, that was after that world was flooded. It gets murky with the Game Boy games and stuff. We got Acorn Kid. C-Dot. C-Dot's done. Well, I will just say that I've never given the chronology a whole lot of thought. At a certain point, I think after like Wind Waker and stuff, I just, and even at that point, I think it always felt to me like it wasn't the same universe, and I think I felt that even as a kid. I don't know, it's weird. It all felt like every one of them was a Zelda, and with the nature of myth and legend, etc., all of them could have even learned about the other Zeldas or something. That could have been written in some history book, and, you know, down at the Hylian Library. Well, yeah, it's a... I need that euphoric full-body sensation right now, Nick. I could go for that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was, and there's been a couple of things now, right? Yeah, there's an official timeline. There's like the Hyrule Historia, and then something else as well. Oh, I should have tried to catch that thing. Oopsie. I've been doing a lot of trainer battles right now. Forgive me. I just want to kill everything in sight. Bye-bye, C-Dot. Let's go save. Do 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 do. We'll get another C-Dot. We'll get another one. There will be another. There is another. Sorry, Acorn Kid. It was up here, wasn't it? No. One more. So we're heading west towards... I haven't really talked much about sort of bigger picture in this game, because I don't really know what it is, but just to say, to catch you up on our sort of... on our Pokemon journey thus far. We're 3 badges in. We just got the badge the last time we played against Wattson in Mauville City. Now, we fought Wally while we were in Mauville, and he and his parents mentioned, hey, you should come by Verdanturf, which I believe is just west of us, kind of the direction we're heading now. Yep. The thing about Mauville is that it seems as if we came from the south, so we've already been that way, but it seems as if, you know, it's wide open, west, north, and to the east. And I just really wonder how wide open the adventure is. I didn't go... I just went a little bit in each direction. But we definitely headed the furthest west. I'm just kind of curious how open the game is at this point. You know, I'm sure something's going to cut us off somewhere, but... I just figured since we had the tip from Wally's parents, we had the invite, I thought, let's go hang out. Let's go to Verdanturf. Once a bug catcher, always a bug maniac. Dust Talks, huh? Look at this one. Well, maybe it's worth. I bet it's worth looking into. At the very least, I would like to read more of the lore versus catching the little bit of context I can out of like a Reddit comment or something, Nick. So yeah, it'd be fun to check out those histories and see what's up. There you go, Metroid. Definitely. Yeah, we did that in. Yeah, I think we ended up doing some of that in both Pokemon Yellow and in Crystal when we played those over the last couple of years. We got some badges out of order, that is. So yeah. It's pretty cool that that's allowed. That's what Slack Off does. I actually paid attention and the move went through. Love you, lazy boy. I do. I really do. Speaking of Wind Waker, I did a lot of setup for that over the weekend. We're going to be able to roll with Wind Waker on Friday. That'll be fun. I started that game several months back with my wife, but we realized, man, we got a couple games going right now. Let's not do this. Prior to that, it had been maybe over 10 years or something since I played it, and that was with her. It's her first time through, and we split time on the sticks. That was her first Zelda game, actually. That was longer than 10 years ago, I guess, at this point. I gotta get on that. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited for it, Nick. It's not my favorite, but I think my opinion of it has only grown over time. And I will say, I was one of those folks that was like, I was down in the Zelda forums. We're all just high on our own supply, pissed off about, a bunch of little kids in the forum, all pissed off that we're not going to get Adult Link. What the heck? We were promised Adult Link when they showed that trailer, and then yeah, I remember being generally a naysayer when I first saw when the first stuff came out about it, that video, and I think they did like a Space World demo or something. I actually thought about that, Ralph. That's a good question. I don't have a transfer pack, but I have a Game Boy Advance. I don't think I have the transfer cable thing anymore. I wonder how much those cost. Let's hit eBay. I think I used the Tingle Tuner a little bit, but it gives you like a map in some areas right there on your Game Boy Advance, I think. What was that called? Link cable? You know what? I could probably swing that. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, it looks like it's going to be $20-25. I think I could. I won't have it for Friday probably, but yeah, maybe I'll get that. That'd be kind of cool to have that if it's worth. That's about what I was hoping it wouldn't be like way more than that, but yes. But yeah, let me get that. I don't think I'd have it in time for Friday, but I'll get one of those because there's some pretty cool features about it. I don't remember how truly useful it was, but it was at least kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, well, I'd be curious to hear them too as we get into it. And It really did. I think it really could feel like a big, for a lot of us who, I think that there was a time when I basically kind of thought we were going to get, A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, the next version of like, I guess something very much in the vein of that, and really kind of playing it safe. I don't know, but I was pleasantly surprised with Wind Waker. I think, like I said, over time I came to like it even more. But so I was one of the little kid haters down in the forums whenever they first showed the cell shaded version of it and stuff. But I will say, when I got the demo and I played that demo that they put out, it actually, I really liked it, and I was like, you know what? I was starting to drink the Kool-Aid at that point, I think, and I was like, you know what? I actually see what they're saying about the cartoonish element of this and how that can fit Zelda like that. I can see that, looking at some of the old art, and like, I think playing that demo that's in, they have you running around the Fire Roost cabin or whatever. Dragon Roost I forget the name of it. I think it all kind of came together for me then. I was like, you know what? This feels like a complete aesthetic. I like this. It does look and sound good. Let's give it a shot. I still never really loved the look of Toon Link, and I think at that point there was that part of me that was, the giant eyes and some aspects of the game. I feel like the Zelda series over time, you kind of, I don't know how to put this sensitive matter here, but it's over time, I think, especially when I feel like a little more of the Japanese nature of the games came out, and I don't at all mean that in any, negative way, but I think as a kid too, some of the gestures and stuff that Link did and there were times when, there were a couple of moments with some of the, the winks and stuff where, like, I think because I was beginning to be an edgy teenager, I remember kind of being like, what the, come on guys, like, I really like a lot of the gameplay, I like all this stuff, but I don't, there was a corniness that came to some of that stuff. And much of that, I think, over time, I've chilled out on, or at the very least, it doesn't affect me, or doesn't, like, I'm not rolling my eyes as much. But I don't know if anybody else felt that, but yeah, right. I did have a feeling playing this, and some of this is, again, the age that we're at as we get to these games. Ocarina of Time, I'm, like 11 when that comes out or something. Or, Wind Waker, a little bit older, and it's like, at that point, I don't know, I think some of the stuff in it, I was like, ugh, I wish, you had it was very cool, and then you sort of broke into the kind of cartoony or very kiddish thing, very kiddie. There were a few moments that they did that with the cutscenes and stuff, and again, over time, that doesn't really bug me as much, but... Yeah, well, I was going to mention that, Palpuck, is that part of it kind of showing its Japanese roots is because of the technology. Over time, we were able to see Link better, and yeah. And I would see that, yeah, I think starting especially in Wind Waker for me, and then the next couple titles, I would kind of notice more of the anime, kind of stylings, and at that point, again, that didn't always like hit for me with like when I'm watching Wind Waker and stuff. Yeah, that is live, Thanos. Yeah, welcome. How you doing? An endless grind rehashed. What's going on? Yeah, I think this was just, I think this is just kind of when I'm a kid, and I had it's cringy in its own way that I was a little too concerned with games. I didn't want them to be too childish, you know. It's like, again, that's kind of there's an immaturity in that I had to get over. There you know what? There's something to that, Ralph. I don't know if you picked that up from somewhere else, but that feels poignant. I like that. We should probably get a break here in a second. Coincidentally, around the time that Wind Waker and stuff is out, I'm also like trying to buy or borrow the. Let me see some game. Hold on one second. All right, so 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3 comes out, you know. Once that, and then Vice City, my buddy lent me his PlayStation 2 for a bit, and you could see how one could, cringy as it is, edgy teenager could be going between Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, etc., over to Wind Waker, and then sometimes being like, oh, why do they have to do that silly wink right there? Come on, man. Why did Link, you know? There's one when like there's a couple of cutscenes that to this day the style feels like I don't know. They go a bit cartoon slapstick in some of the cutscenes, which is very much part of the new Toon Link thing that they were going for, you know. So it's all thematic with itself. I just had my own hang-ups. Well, you know, it's hey, it's you know, I think maybe there's a generation that learned a few new words from Grand Theft Auto, you know. Allow me to evaluate if you've raised your Pokemon properly. Well, what's funny too is them having some like voiceover from, like with Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff, like trying to find people who were from some of the neighborhoods that they were going to be, you know, doing their own GTA version of and stuff, to do voices and to help with like dialogue and stuff. And all right, I didn't mean to get into this battle really, but that's okay. Ralph went to school saying, "Damn, CJ." All right. I need to get a little break. I'm getting a little, My God, we're only an hour and a half into this thing. Shroomish, huh? We got one of those somewhere. Maybe bring in Lucy for a bit. Kind of hoping this egg would have hatched by now, but I don't know, maybe it needs... Got to get out running somewhere. The egg needs someone to jostle it around, I guess. It needs to be walked or biked. Hey, thank you guys for hanging. Even when I get the Hyrule chronology wrong and, you know, make tasteless jokes about Pokemon. Roselia. You know, just even bringing up cringe in Nintendo. Now I'm like, what are the cringiest Nintendo game moments? I say embrace the cringe, you know? Yeah. Hey, Tater, what's up, man? We got a long way to go, buddy. Yeah, how you doing, Tater? Welcome. Happy Monday, man. Dad walked into the room and this was on the screen. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm kind of curious if you guys had those moments. Okay, you mentioned the Little Mermaid scene. Yeah. For you guys, what are those moments, right, when you're playing a game as a kid and the parents walk in and it's like contextually what's happening on the screen is not that bad, but out of context, the parents got some questions. I think the Great Fairy in Ocarina of Time, for me, her coming in a couple times, coming in hot. You know, coming in. And then it's one of those things where, like, oh, I know I can even just sort of, mom's in here, so I'm talking to mom now, and I can just lead the dialogue. There's, you know, no one, I don't have to Z-target somebody right now, nobody's coming after me. But then you've got the Great Fairy up there in her, in her leaf bikini, which she wears it well. I'll just say that. But could be confusing. The Honeybee Inn, yeah, man, that's a big one. She comes in right when Don Corneo is doing his little swish humping. Yeah, there you go, Thanos. I can't think of many, like, I mean, yeah, the Great Fairy, I do remember that happening. Honestly, Mom just laughed it off. Yeah. Palpuck said other M earlier. Yeah, I hear bad things about other him, but I never played it myself. Yeah, Tater, you mentioned the the orgy scene, or what were you playing? Let's see. Oh, Witcher 3, yeah. I've never played the Witcher games, but yeah, I know that it's one of those things that if you don't play the games, you will still hear about the horny moments of the games. First turn, first strike move that causes flinching. Oh my. But you can only use it on the first turn and first strike. Is Astonish worth getting rid of? Rather, not Astonish, I meant Foresight. I was thinking Foresight here. Wearing Fruit of the Loom says... In your undies playing some games. Hey, Mom! And change into bear form as a druid, and yes, I heard a lot about that, Tater. That was one of those things that's coming out like right when the game drops, is the bear. The guy that can I don't know, the bear situation. I might get rid of Foresight, I don't know. Goodbye. Okay, I see now, Palpuck. Yeah, there you go. Her Fruit of the Loom. It does look like the logo. whole bunch of trainers on this route, man.
I don't care.
Wait, what are you, Skitty? What are you, normal? Did I try anything against you? I gotta pay attention sometimes. Yeah, with it is funny. I feel sometimes that like some crazy scene like that comes out kind of early whenever games have been released recently. Whatever's the most sensational moments in the first few hours. And also, if you're thinking about putting a game together, you've got to find a way to put those. You know, you do want something, I suppose, it could be thought of as, I'm sure it is at points, having some big splashes in those first couple hours that would get social media discussion, and etc. We're gonna put some I don't even want to see. I generally leave the I leave the worst stuff to the chat. Try raising Pokemon with more attention to their character traits. I'm sure they at least have had a I'm sure they've had a thing before Palpuck. Both of them being, you know, kind of a sort of legendary creatures, mythological creatures. Jolly Green Giant and the Great Fairy. I've seen a lot of Great Fairy talk with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with those, you know, because it's a new generation getting walked in on while they Zelda it up, so to speak. Gosh, Mom, get out of here!
Sound effects are really neat.
Well, I think it's what's kind of funny is that there are moments like that where, like, that's one of the few moments that you would have that happen, you know? It kind of stands out because the game is otherwise more on the cute and scary side, but then they give them a couple things, right? You give them some hot, great fairies out there, you know? Give them, I guess everybody was so excited about. I'll just say this: the Impa that I knew as a kid, there were a couple of them, I suppose, but the first Impa, you know, was from like the old. I remember my cousin showing me the guide of. Let's take a look at this real quick. Showing me the instruction booklet that he had for the original Legend of Zelda game. Oh wait, let me that's our buddy there. Is it, wait, or was it Pura or whatever? Is that who I'm thinking of right now? Who is the one that they made, like, she was a really old lady and then they just made her super hot in one of the, I think in Tears of the Kingdom, or I don't know if she was that way in both games. I feel like I've seen some good old Nintendo posting about her. I think it's Pura I'm thinking of, P-U-R-A-H. Gave her the glasses and stuff. She made a machine. I guess she made herself young. Anyway, Impa, yeah, is the Impa I knew. I don't know. I can't remember what Impa looks like in Tears of the Kingdom now. Also, this Impa too. Sheik, or rather, Sheikah Impa. Yeah, I started to call her Impa, but I think it's Pura, I think. I haven't played much of those games. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's all get a little break. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Welcome. For a second, I thought we were further into the week, but here it is. Wattson's done for. We're working our way over to Verdant Turf. Let's all take a nice long break, and when we get back, we'll pick up where we left off. Thanks for hanging, guys. BRB.
Make sure safe search is on.
We're living on the edge.
Hey yo, gamers, good to see you guys. Welcome and happy Monday. What's up? We're hanging out, listening to the music from Dewford. Is that right? Or no? We still got the Mauville, among other music. I guess they use this music in a lot of places, according to the description on the YouTube video where I found it. Wattson is done for. We're working our way westward over to Wally. A whole bunch of W's. Yeah, let's transition over to the game, shall we?
The light bulb's getting dim.
All right. We did succeed against Wally. Yeah. Not shown there, but coming soon. Coming soon. All right. It's Amy. I challenged someone else after we battled. I came close, but I ended up losing. Oh well. Amy, I remember you as part of a duo. Nice to hear from you only, I guess. Oh, thank you, Nick. You know what? Let me do this. I'm just gonna do it live, folks. There it is. Oops. Thank you. All right. Thanks for the heads up, Nick. Yeah. Looking better now. I think it's a little off. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. There's been a couple games that I've lately, and you know, it all ties into just headaches and dealing with issues with old glasses prescriptions, switching to the new ones that has its own, you know, drawbacks, its own adjustment period, and yeah, I find I just keep feeling totally blown out in between, like looking at the chat and then the, you know, the game screen, which is on this big monitor that I have, and yeah, it's been a challenge. Looks like it's okay. We got a bit of curvature down in the bottom corners there. That's okay. And curvy bottom. We didn't find another acorn friend yet, so that is. I mean, we saw it running around. I'm not trying to catch every Pokemon necessarily, but I can catch a few along the way. That gonna work? May just be crazy enough to work. Oh, an Oddish. Hello. Sorry, I was still messing with the game monitor here. I think it's okay. I should have fixed that in between because it has been bugging me. You know, before the stream, rather. Oh, I want the acorn. I do want to catch it. Yeah, I agree. How could one? How could you pass it up? I didn't mean to. Earlier I got carried away. It happens. I want to catch this Oddish, not kill it.
There's something wrong with the world today.
Just keep sweet scenting me. I don't want to kill you. Hopefully this won't do it. Can I get one more of those in? Let's toss a ball. Hello. All right, there it is. Oddish is Oddish is on the team. This Pokemon grows by absorbing moonlight. During the daytime, it buries itself in the ground, leaving only its leaves exposed to avoid detection by its enemies. Wow. Little Zid, no. I see that. I'm going to grab it up. I'm trying to pull on those. I've played too much Mario Brothers 2. All right, let's tell it now. Weirdo the Oddish would be a good one. Yeah. Goodbye. All the good plants up here. Oddish, Roselia. Let's see, got a nice rose. What level are you? 13. Well, either way, let's get a yawn in. Having a character that loafs around as the one you're trying to use yawn, you know, it's not a great strategy. Note to self. Do something. I like that the Roselia really does. It also has kind of a dignified or sort of, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of over it. If you look at its eyes, somewhere between dignified and I'm over it. So somewhere between those two emotions. It's telling a whole lot. There's a whole story there. I feel like I gave people that look when I worked at Taco Bell, KFC a lot. You know, that was the kind of like the customer asks for something that just kind of blows your mind, or a situation occurs. You've been put on cleaning the bathroom, and you walk in and yep. Here we go. Sorry, Roselia. All right, let's just. Can you run away? You can. I just like the imagery of this Pokemon getting up and running away right now. While paralyzed. You know, yeah, it doesn't move, and the trainer's like, what's up? What's going on? You know, loafing around? Oh yeah, I get it. You're paralyzed. And it's like, no, I was just loafing around actually. So, I could have done it. I'll just kill you, Oddish. I need to see another. Yeah, here we are. Let's, can we get a yawn off? Can we get a scratch off? Can we get some scratchers? I remember several years ago, a buddy of mine sent me something. He had taken a picture of, I think it was at work or something, and they had had some local news thing on, and there was a huge jackpot at that point, or whatever, the Mega Millions or whatever, and he had taken a picture of the screen. It was like tips to win, and like one of the first tip on there was like buy as many tickets as you can. which is just, yeah, like, sure, right, that raises your chances, from what, 1 in however a billion to 6 in a billion, or like, it's, I don't know, whatever it is. It's true, I guess that's a strategy, right? Is buy as many tickets as you can. It's crazy. I don't, the rest of the tips were all like, I think they threw in a couple ones in there for the crowd who wants to like, so like when I win it, what's going to happen, and like, so there was the like, oh, talk to a lawyer or, or something. I don't remember, or like have some things in order. I think like there was something like that, like go ahead and get this or that legal, concern in order, because hey, when it hits, you don't want to not already have an attorney on tap ready to like whisk you away. And a Roselia that drinks nutritionally rich spring water blooms with lovely flowers. The fragrance of its flowers has the effect of making its foes careless. You know what? I'm not naming you. A rose by any other name. Shut up. All right, here's our acorn. Even the acorn? No, don't run. Oh my God. I'm so happy that that was just a slip of the, wow, slip of the thumb there. Oh my God. I've never been so happy that a Pokemon didn't run away. Nature power. Yeah, thanks, Lazy Boy. Thank you for your service. You put C-Dot to sleep. And I will now change you out for a competent Pokemon. Thank you.
So I missed.
Hank is out. Everybody getting paralyzed right away. Don't want to kill this thing. Worried that cut might kill it. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know that it'll... Okay, come on, Hank. Get one more of those. Oh, I like the idea of the C-Dot unleashing all the energy, man. Jeez. That's got to look really cute. Alright, let's throw a ball. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Donkey.
It hangs off branches and absorbs nutrients. When it finishes eating, its body becomes so heavy that it drops to the ground with a thump. Man, I imagine so, falling at 8.8 pounds. Let's Hey, Cornelia. All right, let's see if we... I don't know how... Do we have room? That's the question. Yeah, there you go. Look at the seed. Look at it. Whoa. C-dot. Our little acorn. All right. Wonder if we're going to get anything hatching out of an egg. We're doing okay. We're filling in the Pokédex. I'm curious, too, about some of these recent catches. You know, as to... Were they available in this game? Or is that part of our Emerald 386 experience? I'm gonna run back, get healed up one more time for free. Guess I could be using a bike, huh? Yeah! Kinda forgot about that. Wow, things are kind of wide open because... I mean, I don't know. We may be able to head, like I said, at this point from this city, you can go west, north, east. We came from the south. There's... To the south, though, there's the bike. There's a couple of places where you can get on or off the bike path. That, like, I guess there's some kind of, like, raised bike path or something. I don't know. The High Line. Bikes only. That's pretty sweet. Been on one of those before. In DC, there's this one that... wasn't too far from like Union Station, and it went up a good chunk of like northeast DC. Most of that being on a closed course just for the bikes. All right, yeah, I didn't go very far north. We started exploring westward over towards Wally's, Verdant Turf. Yeah, Wally's hometown. Don't know if we've talked to you. Excuse me. I like Lazy Boy, but I don't know. It's frustrating when she loafs around. It's very frustrating. And I'm not sure if it's worth the effort. You're just gonna be loafing around, you know, put you in a moment where we need you the most, you know? Pivotal moment. Are you going to be there, or are you going to be loafing around? Can I get up in the flowers? I mean, we just did, but... Yeah, get the middle part too. There you go. Practicing some jumps. I gotta say, she planted a really resilient garden. I'm glad that I didn't do any damage. For all I know, there's a flower counter somewhere in the game. I was also curious if it was wild, but I don't know. Guess not. I think there's wild battles programmed there. Is this Verdant Turf? Wow. Oh my god. We were going all the way to the east from like... Okay, well, whatever. I didn't know. I didn't know we were almost there. Conveniently, a Pokemart and a Pokemon Center. Side by side. The wind-swept highlands with the sweet fragrance of grass. That's nice. It's all right here. We're going inside. You can't consider yourself a real trainer if you don't have faith. in your Pokemon. The next line. Only those people who can believe in their battling Pokemon can win through to the very end. I love that it's cut off on that line. You can't consider yourself a real trainer if you don't have faith in your Pokemon. Sorry, what do you think I was talking about? Jesus there for? There's a move that gets stronger when you keep using it in a row. It's a bug type move and it is wickedly cool. It's called Fury Cutter. I don't know that I'm ready to learn such a cool move. We're not on the same wavelength. I like to think they just retract the offer. They're like, no, you know what? That's insulting that you come back and... I was ready to teach you an awesome move. Also, hitting 2 to 5 times kind of sucks, kid. I don't know. I guess it does get... No, well, oh, that's different though, right? Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just pick the move several times, and then each time it hits stronger, but yeah, I don't know. No, we're not on the same wavelength. I love that. All right, well, let me save again. Ah, man. Where do we go from here? Wally's got to be around here somewhere. We found Wanda. Everyone in this town is named with W. Far away, deep in Evergrande City is the Pokemon League. The trainers who gather there are all frighteningly well skilled. In the Pokemon League, I think the rules say that you have to battle the Elite Four all in a row. If you lose to any of them, you have to begin your challenge again from the first one. Oh my. I gotta say, just sort of kind of thinking about this, there's throwing this out there. I think, I don't know, I like the setup of the Elite Four. It's a fun one. And it's worth, you know, them having repeated in so many generations. I love that in Gen 2 you get to fight. Well, you just have the one Elite Four that, but I mean, you can come back and they're a different team, right? Or they're stronger. I don't remember. Oh, Parv, Wally's next door. But boy, there's something I have to tell you. This natural environment is doing wonders for Wally's health. Maybe it's not just the environment. It could be Pokemon that are giving the boy hope. Oh wow, it's good for Wally. I'm happy for him. I gotta get to some positive sound effects. It's all like... Skull Kid laughing at me and...
Give me a hell yeah!
My daughter's boyfriend is a very driven and passionate sort of person. He's been digging a tunnel non-stop just so he can see my daughter. My daughter's a little concerned, so she goes out to the tunnel a lot. Sounds like a crazy situation there. What's up, Wally? A new purpose in life. Together with my Ralts, I'm gonna challenge Pokemon gyms and become a great trainer. Alright, man.
Poggers!
I'm gonna be stronger than you. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for something,
I'm sorry, man.
There you go.
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
When I do, I'm gonna challenge you to another battle. Dang, Wally. Please watch me, Parv. I'm gonna get stronger than you. When I do, I'm gonna challenge you to another battle. Wow. This kid's dangerous. The way the winds blow, volcanic ash has never blown in this direction. The air is clean and delicious here. Living here should do wonders for even frail and sickly people. Okay, alright, well, Everything from the name of this place to all the NPC talk makes me think this place is going to get wrecked. And I do know that there's some kind of like a... And, you know, like... I know that the storyline of like the legendaries running amok and draining some parts, I guess, and flooding others. It's a mess. And this town seems like it's ripe for it. I don't know. We'll see. To be continued. Let me see your Pokemon. I'll check to see how much it likes you. Oh, it seems to be very happy. It obviously likes you a whole lot. How about Mr. Mud? It adores you. It can't possibly love you anymore. I even feel happy seeing it. Well, thank you. That's nice. And you've got a Pikachu. Right. Pokemon Fan Club. Parv. Let's hear what Parv has to say about Hank the Aaron. Oh, wow. And I will shout those words of love out loud on TV. Hoo-ha! Let's shout, and let's see. What was it about that Aaron that so attracted Parv?
Oh!
Excuse me! Whoa, such a spectacular declaration. The trainer's love for the Aaron comes across loud and clear. Excuse me. Oh, there's still more. Let's check it out. Let me see now. We asked Parv, what do Pokemon mean to you? Nature. Bravo. That's the best shout out I've had all day. Nature. It makes you want to shout it out loud again and again. Now that we've had a great shout, it's time to say goodbye until next time. So let's all have one last shout. All together now. Nature. Wow. Mom might like this program. Better get going. Oh, that's nature for you. Oh. Togepi. Nice. You know what? No. No, I would not like to name it. Kind of worried about that Wally kid. Yeah, thanks, ladies. I'll let you get back to your tea. Okay, talk to you guys. Wanda. Yep, you're good. I feel like I haven't done enough searching for, you know, like corners and stuff like that. And you know, just hitting the A button a lot. What do we got here? Another battle tent. Feast your eyes on battles. So there's more than the one that we saw back in the previous city. I didn't know. How's your debut going, buddy? Okay. Rustboro and Verdant Turf. The tunnel project's been canceled. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, this is the girl waiting for Dad to come back. My papa told me. He says this tunnel is full of timid Pokemon. They get all scared of loud noise and make a big uproar. There's one man. He's trying to dig the tunnel by himself. I don't think we went to the mart. It jacks up the power of some moves, even though it's only for one battle. The nest ball works better on weakened Pokemon. Verdant Turf's the only place you can buy it. What? On weakened I mean, that's generally the type of Pokemon I'm throwing a ball at. Well, what do we mean by weaker, though, actually? I guess not just lower HP, but... For something lower level? Yeah, I don't know. What's the criteria?
Altitude with an attitude!
Okay, let's, how are we doing on balls? We bought some Pokeballs earlier. This is, great. We got a little money now after all those fights, I guess. If we really want something, maybe we could toss one of these at it if it's kind of low level. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much money on this. Grab a couple nest balls. How are we doing on superpose? Okay. Spending that money. I think we have a berry or two for paralyzed, but not that many, so grab some of these. Spending a bunch of money, but that's okay. We have berries for awakening. Fluffy tail. Used to flee from any battle with a wild. Wow. Okay. What? One-time usage, I guess. Do 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 do. Do we have any repel? We have one. I don't want to spend too much money, but yeah. I don't use repel too often. I mean, I like getting the leveling up, but I like the grind. Sometimes you're in a bad way, though. You need to, you know, get out of that situation. Do, 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 do. That's it for now. Thank you. No winning strategy guides for the battle tent. It seems one must rely on one's own wits after all. Well, that's too bad, because I'm starting to run dry on the old wits. Didn't have much to begin with. But yeah, I don't feel amazing. That's okay. All the way over to Rustboro. That's right. We saw the beginning of this, but yeah, it was rough on the Pokemon, so they had halted the progress. What do you call a wild man up in the mountains? A mountain man, right? So why don't they call a Pokemon in the mountains a mountain Pokemon?
I'm pissed now!
Don't have time for stuff. Actually, I do. I want to fight you. Yeah. Super effective. I'm getting tired, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna do what I can to play a little bit longer, but yeah, today's been a crazy one. I've been a bit in the migraine zone all day, just riding the line. From the time I went for a run this morning, I spent like the last 20 or so minutes feeling like I needed to sneeze, because, you know, allergies have been really bad. And yeah, I gotta love that feeling. I know there was a certain point when I was making a real, you know, just like a meme face. What was it? It was my soy jack moment, I guess. I don't know. And I happened to like sort of pull out of it a bit and kind of see. This is when I was at this intersection, you know. I saw this guy kind of looking over, like from his car, and then took off. I feel like I had a vulnerable moment there, you know. And he kind of met it with like a. Can't please them all, you know. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. You know, it's funny because like I think there are times when I can just sort of be oblivious to the sort of bugs on the trail, and then there's other times, I think especially if I'm walking, that it's like a lot. I mean, maybe then you're also a slower target. Less scary, but yeah, I will notice little swarms and stuff. Sometimes it's just the light, you know, but yeah, definitely have had bugs just zip right in from, you know, you see, you know, you have a good view of the last the last little bit as they seemingly come out of nowhere and then fly right in. Yeah. That's funny, yeah. I know, there are times when some of the spots that I run get kind of crowded, and lately I've been more out of shape since, you know, trying to get back into it, but I definitely, especially when it's hotter, and like, you know, it's been some days still where like it's, you know, and overall nice weather, you know, and the highs in the 70s and stuff, so in direct sunlight with no clouds out, that's pretty full on, you know, that can be pretty intense. Just like, especially when you're already on like a kind of demanding elevation, or, you know, a trail with some ups and downs and stuff. And it's, what's funny is that's of course not hot at all, you know, but yeah, just, I think when you've got the full-on sun and everything. But yeah, I've had several times where I'll get the dry heaves, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I have never actually had it be anything, you know, more than dry heaves, so to speak. But I felt like it was going to be on a couple of those occasions, and then other times it's like, okay, I know I just have to get through this reflex or whatever, this, you know, body just like, and it tends to happen when I get to like just beyond pretty much the peak of the workout, one of the hardest parts. Pretty much it's a lot easier after that, you know, and like it's funny because sometimes I'll power through that whole thing, and then it's like on the easier part, but my body's still like, I can feel it in my throat, just starting to get, I don't know, that gross feeling of, I think, just being kind of congested, you know, and you can feel it down there, and you're a little bit weary, you know, like you're, I don't know if you guys, you know, you're not like about to fall out, but you are kind of like, I don't know, I think I'll get in a weird, shoot, maybe I'm overexerting myself, I don't know. I just feel like there's points when I feel like, you know, I don't know. The hardest part of it is over, but then the body kind of like has been pushed to some kind of peak or right at a limit, and yeah. Nothing more than a little lightheadedness, you know, kind of what I'd expect at the, you know, climbing a last hill kind of situation, but yeah. I don't know why I'm in here, just killing Whimser. I just want to talk, I guess. Useless. Alright, so... Wismer.
Oh!
It sucks being around anybody else and suddenly getting the dry heaves. That's no fun. You know, and you know, it's what's funny is sometimes I'll see the whole thing and there's a whole be cool. I see some folks up ahead. I'm gonna have to pass them, and it's on a really gnarly part of the hill where I don't have a whole lot more to give. I'm faster than them, but not like a crazy amount. I'm not like sprinting past, you know. Got a bare minimum to still call it jogging, or, you know, because it's the toughest part, and I'm feeling it. And I see the people coming up ahead, and it's like, all right, you know, feeling good. I'm okay. I'm okay. And then it's like, I could just feel the workout getting more and more intense.
Uh-oh. Looks like we've got company.
Yeah. Hey, T-Roy's coming in. T-Roy, hello.
Give me a hell yeah!
Welcome. What's going on, T-Roy? Welcome, guys. Come on in. Might be getting hit with an old advertisement. Gosh darn it. How's it going, T-Roy? Welcome, guys. Come on in. Were we doing some Mega Man X runs? I don't think we really want to continue this way right now. I mean, we can pop out. Hey, T-Roy, what's up, man? What's going on? How's it going? Thanks for the raid, man.
I'm so excited.
We're playing some Pokemon Emerald 386. This is a ROM hack by Zombie Anton. Let's see, do I have the... Yeah, there it is.
I'll do my best.
Lets you get all 386 Pokemon that were available up to this point in the generation, and yeah, you get it all in one game. Yeah, all right here. This is my first time through Emerald, so it's a pretty sweet way to play. It's pretty close to vanilla, with some inventive ways to help you get those Pokemon that weren't originally in this game. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, man. Yeah, he did it for the previous generations too, and just put out one for Fire Red as well. And I haven't played that one, but I did the one for Crystal and for Yellow, and they were really fun. It's a, in fact, I'm working on a like full Pokédex one for the Pokemon Crystal 251. That one's pretty sweet. I'll put that in the chat too. This lets you get all 251 within that game, and it adds some of the stuff that was missing. I don't want to spoil too much, but some of that stuff, you know, when you finish in Johto or go through it the first time, you get access to Kanto. Some of that stuff was taken out, you know. It was a whole lot to fit in there. Some of that stuff's been added back, including like some legendaries and some of the areas that ended up getting chopped on the Gen 2 version of Kanto. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, how you guys doing, man? Happy holidays. Yeah, how was the speedrunning going, man? Were you guys doing Mega Man X? Sorry, I'm hoarse. It's been a long day. I hear you, Tom. We also have a Togepi that I don't think we want. It's cute as all get out, but I don't think we want it. Oh yeah, I'm missing one of the borders on this game. I played around with the game screen earlier, but yeah, I'll just leave it as it is. I don't know why I'm healing again. Nervous healing. Do, 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 do. What are we gonna do? Let's go in the boxes. Move some Pokemon around. I could use a grass type. I do believe. Shroomish probably gets cool. I don't know, but so far not impressed. Having not put in the work to see if it evolves or anything, I'm not impressed. We're not going to do a full Pokédex run this time around. We're just getting through this main game, but if I see him, I'll try to catch him, you know? Yeah. And what type of... Alright, everybody in the chat, what type of Pokemon would you be? Do, 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 do. What I like are the, like, you get these sort of, yeah, Doge type. You know, you get, like, when you look at their Pokedex entry, you get some really funny, at the top, you get some funny, like, type, you know, mouse type or whatever, electric mouse type kind of thing. What am I looking for here? Give me the Pokedex. Oh, we don't have it. Oh, we do. Give me the god. Let's go in here. Sorry, I don't mean to yell at the game. That's not very nice. Dex. That's the one we want. So if we go to Caterpie, it says, like, worm Pokemon. You know, you get some extra real estate with your type if we extend it to that. Not just, like, your, you know, your battle typing. Thanos said fighting bug, yeah. Oh, psychic or steel. Yeah, either way, however you guys want to answer it. I like Doge type. Right now, I feel like sleepy Pokemon. Is that, you know, if we've got bat Pokemon. I mean, there's Oddish. T-Roy, we found the one for, of course. Is that too on the nose? Do, 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 do.
Go ahead and jump. You got to roll with the punches and get to what's real.
Oddish, the weed Pokemon. 11.9 pounds. Yep. What's next? Venonat? Oh, yeah. There are some fun kaiju ones, Thanos. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, a Nidoking. Somebody in the chat's a Tyranitar. I know we got a Tyranitar. Balbuck's just a stereotype. You know, there's two types of Pokemon in this world, man. Or at least in Generation 1, there's like two types of attacks. Or something. Special and physical. I don't know, I'll work on that one. Rock Pokemon. We got a question mark Pokemons. Mons. River Crab Pokemon. They gave them a lot of characters at this point. You can you can write a whole lot. I wonder what some of the funniest ones in Pokemon history are. Like, what's Mr. Mime? What type is that? Mime type? Zelda-like Pokemon. What is Porygon? A virtual Pokemon. Awesome. You know what one of my favorite features about these games is, when I finally learned to use it, is the area. feature in like seeing where it shows where the Pokemon show up. Now I don't know what it means, what the flashing icon means. Well, I guess you got a couple of them there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what all it does here in Emerald. And is that like it's swarming in one area and then shows up in the other? I don't know. But yeah, you can do that in Gen 1 too, and I thought that was such a cool feature. Some of the Pokemon it doesn't know. Yeah, area unknown. And we're going to use it in this version to get all the starters at some point. Could go get a Trico. Yeah. I feel like he's also pretty good at just kind of psychic screening it all out, you know? All the noise, Palpuck, all the, you know, any hecklers. Doesn't phase him. It's fun. Marshtomp looks like it's a, when you compare it to Mudkip, it looks like we have a shiny or so. I don't know. I just not being very familiar with the middle evolutions of these starters. They're interesting. Just the color change here from that, you know, that blue to that blue. So descriptive. Pokemon. All right, we're gonna play this game forever, guys. Here it is. It doesn't seem like there's much else to do in Verdant Turf right now. Wally's, you know, rethinking his life, I guess, ready to head out on his Pokemon adventure. Oh, there is the battle tent. Come on, we didn't even really step in there. Feeling store my Pokemon. The attraction runs deep. Oh, hi, you didn't see that, did you? Well, it doesn't matter. How would you like this TM for your Pokemon? Thank you.
I ain't the worst that you've seen.
Did she? Hold on one second. Did it? Gentle nature probably won't enjoy hurting its opponents, blah, blah, blah. We're talking nature's out here. Good stuff. I need to use some... we have some items I haven't really gotten into as well. Starting to rack those up. Alright guys, I think we'll take a look at the map here. I think maybe... You know, I don't know what all there is to do here. I think this is kind of a side thing, but... We didn't really spend any time in the previous battle tent. Oh, Scott's hanging out, of course. Thanks, Scott. Can you, like, go get a coffee or something? Just take some time away. I don't really like the idea of you always just, watching me. You know, it's kind of weird. What's the deal here? What we got? I gotta ditch that Togepi. Guys, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Sorry. I'm losing my voice. And my mind. My patience for Wally's bullshit. I want to hit up the battle. I do want to hit that up at some point. I want to see what's going on there. At this point, when we look at the map, look at this. We've got a couple of directions seemingly open to us, or at least that we could do more exploration of. Okay. Yeah, heading north. We haven't been to Lava Ridge or Fall Arbor. I don't know how far we can get if we go north, but it seems to be open. Then there's going east. And then up here to get a Trico. It does sound kind of sweet. How far... I think we get cut off kind of quickly when we start going that way. Let me see. I'm ditching the Togepi. Ah, you should just go to move. I always forget that. Okay, here we go. Togepi is in the box. Who do we want to fill in? I'm not using Alakazam anymore. Always liked Oddish. We can find other grass Pokemon though. Maybe I could find something from this generation. We have the Shroomish. Just waiting for it to, you know, be worth a damn. We have Hoppip, let's see. Oh yeah, this like poison Pokemon. You have Yawn as well. That's pretty sweet. We did just get our Acorn, buddy. I don't know what they're capable of. Or are they just give me a summary. Don't want to grab, only want to learn. What the hell? Must have, yeah, I don't know. C-Dot, yep, grass type. Yeah, we got some choices here. I don't know. Yeah, this one's new to Gen 3, isn't it? C-Dot. Soon we'll have a Trico. Potentially. I'm curious what it could turn into. Do we get a giant tree? Or is it always just a tiny little acorn? Whoa, hello. I should have gotten that thing off of the Shroomish. Let's do that now. Beep beep turns into a professor. Oh, what am I doing? Party Pokemon. Yes, and go to... No. Shroomish. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. I'm worthless. Let's, what have you got? I wish I could get rid of your item right now. Do I have to back out of this? Okay. Do I have to do all that to get rid of an item? Maybe there's another way. I'm okay with it if that's it. I just, you know... Yeah. Item. Take. Alright. Shroomish will pop out of here for a second. This is why he was so interested in evolution, huh? I get it, man. Although he did say, I guess it was what's his name from Elm. Elm is the true evolution. I was noticing, starting Crystal, there's just some dialogue from Oak about, you know, yeah, his respect, absolute respect for Professor Elm when it comes to evolution. All right, I shouldn't hum. Hop on your bike. Have we fought you? All right, one more double battle and then we'll call it a night. Thanks for hanging, guys.
When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
You have a shiny Centric? Is that what I'm seeing? Good for you. Alright, let's have you, Dancer, hit the grass, Pokemon. Meant to put our little acorn beller in that first slot. Or girl. Whatever. Alright, wing attack. I want you. You know what? Way to get a turn off there. Slack off. Slack off. Dancer is pretty badass. Defense curl, huh? Okay. Defend that. Get somebody else in. There you go, Dancer. Hey, thanks for hanging, guys. Again, I'm going to wrap it up soon. Feeling kind of tired. I got nothing left. Nature bow. Forget what that does. Like change. Kind of like a metronome. All right, battle's still going. Electrike can take Dancer out easily here, but yeah, oopsie. At this point, just finish it off. Yeah, especially if it doesn't have an electric move it's gonna use. Get out of here. go. Aaron.
Perfect.
It's not gonna do much. Don't have a fire Pokemon. Oh, I forgot that water works. Nice. There we go. Sweet. All right. Rose and DeAndre. Oh, dear me. I seem to have lost. Come in, Pokemon. Are you okay? Pokemon 1, 2, and 3. They're gone, man. Sorry. Sorry, kid. They're dead.
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Hello. We got an evolution here for A. Cornelia already.
But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside.
I've seen this. Okay, yeah.
For Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah. Look at that. Nuzleaf. There we go. That's funny. Yeah, Palpuck. I couldn't believe it. Sniff that odor. It's a Pokénav. We must register each other. Flowers, Pokemon. I love whatever smells nice. Stinky things, I'll pass. I hear ya.
Goodbye.
Oh, it kind of does, Palpuck. Okay. Love to keep rolling here. Looks like when we pick up next time, I'm going to go back to Mauville and get us saved. But we can head either east and or north. Excited to see what's ahead. We got a whole bunch of trainers too. This chunk of the game it's interesting. Yeah, it's very dense in between those towns. On the map, you know, you're not really traveling long distances, but you're going through a lot of trainers. Yeah. Yeah, here. A couple of versions here. Shoot. Then we got, of course, some official art. There you go. I can see it. And then, of course, we got to get the Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf. This is important work before we go. I can see the resemblance. All right, guys, thanks for hanging. This has been a fun one. All right, all of you can duck down. Thank you, thank you. I never played Goemon. I know there's I guess the only one that made it big for a while here. Was that the first one that ever like made it to the US? Was the 64 one? And they had previous titles, because I think it had, been around. Weren't there like Famicom titles for it and everything? One series I never really, I've only just, learned about tangentially. Thank you guys for hanging. Let's see who's streaming right now. Sorry I'm a bit low T. low caffeine, low coffee. This has been fun. Wattson, you were done for last time. We didn't find a new gym leader just yet, but give me a second. I'll see if we can get a raid going. Can't see any of my windows. Happy Monday. Hey, I might be able to be back tomorrow. It's a possibility. If not, gonna be back on Wednesday for sure. Gotta pause that Pokemon music. Still going. Oh, that's interesting. Falpuck, yeah. Okay, cool. So that did make it here. I'd love to see some of the box art. Yeah, okay, now I've got something to look into after this. That's a series I never tried that one. Yeah, I'd like to give it a shot. Kid Yin. Interesting. I wonder, yeah, it's such a Japanese series to my limited understanding, so I'm kind of curious what they did in the localization. Yeah. All right, what can we do? I'm gonna get us rated in just a second. Am I seeing a current list? We might go hang out over at Reeves. He's playing the Super Mario Bros. Doing some SMB3. That'd be fun. Let's do that. Let's head over and watch a little SMB3 practice. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging. This has been a fun one. Everybody, let me get to the schedule. All right. Last little bit of energy. As you can tell, I could go for the old bio break. I'm getting jumpy, so I'm gonna get us out of here quickly. We'll just do a quick little collage, nothing too long. I'm gonna be back for sure Wednesday. I'd like to see if I can hang tomorrow. That'll be fun. We'll do more Emerald tomorrow. Friday, we're doing the Wind Waker. That's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. We'll take a look at the instruction manual as well. I'm curious too, just to put it out there, if anybody has any. So I have the collector's edition that came out here in the US, or the. I've got the, I ended up getting, I had these two from back in the day, from their original promos and stuff, and I thought we'd do a little bit of showing those off, but I was curious. Yeah, if anybody has any of the other stuff and you have a pick you want to send in or something like that, there was some pretty crazy, just like with Oracle of Ages and Seasons, there was some kind of region-specific stuff that went for collector's editions, and I know that they did a different configuration of games, I think, for the EU at one point for one of their promo discs. There's some fun kind of variations like that. So yeah, if you guys have any of that stuff lying around and you get a pick, send it in and we'll I'll get it on the stream. Yeah, we'll get that started on Friday. That'll be fun. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging. Sorry I'm tired. All right, gonna get some sleep and we'll hang out maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday. Good night, guys. I'll get you over to Reeves in just a couple minutes. Bye, guys. See ya.
A machine that will give him the power to journey into the mega world.
So long, Bowser. Thank you so much for playing my game. Game over. Let's go.
Mario! Mario! Mario!
Oh! Woohoo! Waha! Yahoo! Oof!